What's going on, everybody? Bo Sawyer here, along with my good buddy JC Carnage.
I thought you were going to let me introduce myself.
I was going to, but I just took your thunder, man.
Whatever.
Like
Welcome to the debut episode of Stuff and Things.
It's actually number 2.
Well,
no, this would make sense. This would be more the debut because this is going to be the general stuff going on. That first time was just Stuff and Things, but like the pilot. We can call it the pilot,
we'll
right?
call it a pilot.
Yeah. So we're hopefully going to make this a regular thing. We know it's been really slow here lately. There's no wrestling going on unless you're a guy in WWE that used to work in WWE or AEW or probably in Japan. They're probably still doing stuff.
I think they're still doing a little bit here and there.
Yeah, because why would Carl Anderson just put videos up of going to Japan and not?
Why would he not go to Japan?
Because I don't know, but Talking Shop's back too, and I'm very happy about that.
So great.
I haven't got to listen to it. Their podcasts are back up, so subscribe and go check that out. But listen to this first, even though it's more of a video. So I would like to give a shout out to Huck's. You know, it's a gas station where you can get all your fine necessities as far as like gas, snacks, drinks. But y'all screwed up because my Bang Star Blast got banged like a mother on freaking prom night before she had a dumpster baby. And my can got all jacked up over here. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional sometimes, and I just throw it out there like somebody did to my can.
I went all crazy already. We haven't even started.
Yeah,
yet.
my bad. Bang, bang. But anyway, this Stuff and Things this time, we got some sponsors.
We do have some sponsors.
So, Stuff and Things is brought to you by Zodimask Customs. You can check it out right there. It popped up on the screen. I know, right? It's good. Check out Zodimask Customs on Facebook. Hit him up for all your professional gear making needs, or I'm pretty sure if you're in the world of cosplay or just general weirdness, he can probably hook you up pretty well. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to My Merch Guy. Check out My Merch Guy on Facebook. He can hook you up for your t-shirt designs and get you a good cost. He also designed the Midwest Monster Hunter t-shirts that I probably wear sometimes, but the bad thing is right now, I don't have one on, but I do have a Headlock Gear shirt that is probably every bit of almost 10 years old, which is nothing wrong with that.
I have one of your Monster Hunter shirts.
See? JC Carnage supports the Midwest Monster Hunters. And
I
so
didn't
should
say I
you.
supported them. I just said I had one.
Well, there goes that. And on that note, of a side note, let's say thank you to the Piggy Bank Pawn Shop in Vincennes, Indiana, 1107 Main Street. Go on there, check out stuff and things. Get some stuff pawned. Get some money. Now
Everybody loves money.
Everybody loves money.
Everybody loves money.
And that's one of my number 5s. But today we're going to talk about gimmicks. The top 5 best and the top 5 worst gimmicks in our independent professional opinions of all time. Now, we both have compiled a list, and I believe what we should do is we should go with because I say the worst, we'll save the worst for best. Yeah, so we're going to get through the top 5 best gimmicks with the countdown going from 5 to 1. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in any order because my favorite wrestler of all time, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, is not on the list. And that's not a shot at Davey Boy because he's my favorite. But I look as far as like gimmicks that like made money, in my opinion. So if you want, man, you go ahead and take it away. Let's go with your top 5 best.
Oh man, all right. So top 5 best. Like he said, it's not a compiled list of who I think is the better wrestler or the best wrestler out of these. These are just characters that I enjoyed watching that I thought really hooked me in with their character. So number 5 is the only man who ever made me want to drive a pink Cadillac, even though I don't have any hair to slick back. And that is the Honky Tonk Man. Number 4 is Ravishing Rick Rude, and
yes, those hips, man.
And if anybody out there says that they never wanted to own a pair of his tights, you give me a shout. I want to hear it.
You are lying to yourself. Put it in the comments.
Exactly. Number 3. Now, Mick Foley has a lot of characters out there that he was over the years. Cactus Jack, Dude Love, of course himself, Mick Foley, even plays Santa Claus.
Sure did.
Quite a bit. But none of them rivaled Mankind. Mankind came in '96, and if you know me, you know that I have been a horror fan for years, and being that character, that was everything that you wanted. And him immediately starting his feud with the Undertaker, just man, it made it hard not to like. Number 2, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Spoiler alert, he's my number 2 also.
Again, as I said with the sponsors, who doesn't love money?
Exactly. Rob Van Dam did. He kissed his foot.
Damn straight he did. And number 1, Macho Man Randy Savage. There's no comparison there. I mean, I didn't want to steal from your list. I've seen your list, and I didn't want to steal from it, even though there's a few on there that I would have took away. But I don't think that there's very many that can rival the Macho Man as far as gimmick goes. So, yeah.
I was going to say, like, intensity,
oh, man,
the pageantry, if you will.
The promos. God, if you can watch a promo from Mach and not get excited or scared, for that matter, by the end of it, then you need to rewatch it.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially if those glasses came off, I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's go time.
Yes, it very much was. And JC Carnage's top 5 best gimmicks of all time, brought to you by Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, sitting over here on the desk, chilling out.
Check that out whenever you get a chance. I did meet Cody Knotts, who was I believe he was the director, writer, something of that nature. I did meet him. I see that signature is somewhere along in there.
Oh, you got a sign?
It is signed.
It is signed.
Right there.
Right there by the zombie's head.
That's right.
Biting Piper.
And it features, yes, Roddy Piper, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Matt Hardy, and let's see who else.
Kurt Angle.
Shane Douglas and Kurt Angle.
Douglas, yeah. Wasn't there more, or is that all I'm thinking of right at the time?
If you want to count Rebby Sky, you can count her too.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Miss Hardy.
There you go.
Mrs.
Mrs.
Hardy. So.
All right.
Mother to the undefeated Maxwell. But back to the
your top 5
gimmicks. My top 5, I have to switch around my number 4 and my number 5. They're still on the list. I just got to switch them around a little bit because I got that soft spot for them. So my number 5 is going to be the Big Boss Man. Growing up, as much as I don't claim him or anything anymore, my father was actually a police officer. So to see the gimmick of the Big Boss Man presented in a way on TV and standing for law and order and justice, and you'd be serving a hard time. And that theme song, how catchy was that?
Very.
I mean, Cobb County, Georgia just sticks along in its own now. But I mean, I did see on Facebook the other day a Cobb County police car did rear end another Cobb County police car. And I don't know if it was in Georgia or not, but that sucks. He's not serving hard time. He's serving no time because he's probably, not working like a lot of Americans right now because of the stupid coronavirus going on. Yes, I said corona, but it's all good.
Little known fact, if you know me personally, which I don't think you ever met him beforehand. I don't think we met till afterwards. My late uncle was actually, he looked very much like the Big Boss Man. My friends growing up, they always gave me shit because he looked exactly like the Big Boss Man.
Nice. Now, are we talking like Cobb County, Georgia cop, like nightstick gimmick, or are we talking like the enforcer for like the corporate?
No, we're talking Cobb County.
Cobb County. Nice. The blue suit, the black pants.
Yeah.
Nice. Beating up the Mountie.
I wanted him to dress up as him as Boss
now,
Man for Christmas.
Shout out to this guy. Billy Hills, one time for Halloween, did dress up as the Big Boss Man. Wow. I hope I can find that picture. And if it comes up in here anywhere, I am so happy. Let's hope. I'm going to have to dig through some Facebook pictures. But so back on with the list on the countdown of mine for the best gimmicks. Number 4, Mr. Perfect. What can you say about Kurt Hennig? I mean, Kurt was, to me, was the complete package. He was amazing. He is one of my top guys ever to not be world champion. Now, this goes for different because not only was the gimmick amazing, you saw all the vignettes of being like perfect, throwing the perfect pass and catching the ball.
I was about to say, what other man can toss a football from one side of the field and catch it?
I know, just absolutely perfect. That's where I got to go with that. Number 3 is actually something I'm surprised you didn't have in yours, but it's okay. We can go with tag teams as well. My number 3, a lot of inspiration to me right now, if anybody knows my American War Dog gimmick, the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk. I mean, intensity. I can only imagine if you had the Road Warriors with Macho Man Randy Savage. How freaking intense would that have been? My God, Savage with the. I can picture Savage with the sparkled gimmick up looking shoulder pads and the hat and the glasses. That would have been.
That's too much.
That is overload of gimmick. But and my number 2, JC's and mine, they both match on number 2. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, the perfect guy that you wanted to hate. It was just so damn good. I mean, here's a rich guy, and who likes rich guys, unless you are one?
Exactly.
But, yeah, there's that. And my number 1, it speaks for itself, and I'm kind of surprised he wasn't in your list at all.
He was, but like I said, I didn't want to steal your people. So
Right, and that works. So I appreciate that, and thanks for not being a slave owner.
Yeah.
Why I went racist, but whatever.
I wonder where your son gets it from.
No, we can't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Kayfabe, damn it. Anyway, my number 1 of all time, gimmick-wise, because to me, the guy stuck with kayfabe for so long and never broke it, really, until, like, actually recently, if we really want to say it, or there was that little stint that you absolutely hate. But, before he sighs really hard, I have to go with The Undertaker. Because, I mean, come on, that gimmick itself, it inspired so many other guys to do, like, a dark gimmick, but he was that first really, like, I remember, like, when he first came out, Survivor Series in 90.
With the curly red hair?
With the curly red hair. I mean, his face and everything, it evolved, you know, from Mean Mark came a long damn way.
Right.
But I was immediately, like, saw the guy's face, and I'm just like, what is up with this guy? That's scary. Like, legit, I was scared. I heard that bell, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. Like, he killed Hulkamania. I was done. So.
Now, we are talking rest in peace Taker, not
yeah,
a
yeah,
badass,
like Purple Glove.
Not
Purple
American
Glove,
Taker.
the funky looking tie, I guess, if you could call
But
it
you know
that.
what? When it comes down to it, his gimmick was amazing in its own right, but
Right.
I think if you really want to give credit where credit's due, Paul Bearer made that gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have The Undertaker back in the day without Paul Bearer.
No, there was, even when he went with Foley and Mankind and everything, Taker was still there, but there was a little bit of something there missing, and
Right.
But I'll give you props on that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's kind of like, in a way, that's almost like a package type deal.
Yeah.
So we
Not
go
like
with
Luger
that.
package, but
That guy. No. Anyway, I have to throw out this for Kevin Hunsberger, who's a good buddy. He has an honorable mention in here, and this is just his own thing, and he didn't tell me best or worst. So Kevin, come on, get your shit together, man. You used to be a news reporter, and now you're not doing anything. But he had, I think, tied in a way, don't know if it was best or worst, Doink and Kamala.
Oddly enough, I had Doink on one of my lists before. Whenever I was editing, I actually had a few of them that did not make the list.
All right.
I had Goldust on there.
Wow, really?
I did. I had Michael PSA's.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Bad Street.
That's a shout out to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Hoot. We're not talking shop, we're just talking the list. So it's
And
all
I had
good.
Rey Mysterio on there.
For what, best or worst?
For best.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy balls, man! We about got some knee
No,
deep
we
in some
haven't. We haven't hit
619.
we haven't hit the worst yet.
We have not hit the worst, and
not
getting
going
ready
on
to
there.
start the worst. The top 5 worst gimmicks of all time, brought to you by the ho-hos that I just ate because I'm a fat ass. So anyway, how about
I
you?
thought those were ding dongs.
No, they're ho-hos.
My bad.
So, all right, top 5 worst. Start us off.
Ah, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to this guy because I know he's on my Facebook feed. I don't really talk to him much, but Duke Drosy, number 5.
I met
So,
Duke. He's so nice.
I apologize in advance, man,
Asshole.
but the gimmick.
Hey, you know what? He had a gimmick. He was on TV. He got paid.
I'll give him that.
Yes.
You still rule. Number 4, Meat.
God.
Sean Stasiak.
Follows me on Instagram. Thank you, Dr. Sean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I don't have much for that. Number 3, Midian. Not the ministry Midian. We're talking naked Midian. We're talking
Fanny pack hiding
Midian.
the gimmicks.
Yep. No reason why a man should be running naked through an arena full of people with a fanny pack on ever in his entire life. Number 2, the man who made me want to hate Christmas, Santa Claus.
Jesus.
Balls Mahoney. Why?
God.
Wish he could answer me, but he's not.
Ooh.
No.
Yep.
And number 1, the Yeti.
God, humping Hogan since 1990. What year was that? 6?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Obviously, it was before the NWO. So.
It was. It was before the NWO. So
yeah, the freaking Giant and the Yeti just going to town on Hulkamania. Like Hulkamania didn't die; it got fucked.
literally.
Literally. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. But
and if I have any honorable mentions to throw out, this was not a performer by any means, thank Christ. But if there was one character out there that was the worst, that made me want to turn off the TV set and quit watching professional wrestling ever again, was Katie Vick.
I remember being so confused, like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is not really happening. This is like the low of the low in gimmick-wise, and this was, I'm pretty sure, TNN. The TNN days, right? Or no,
Yeah,
no.
It was Bischoff.
TNN?
It was during
Yeah,
Bischoff
because
reign.
it was the whole ECW trying to be on TNN as well, or this was before. Then they kicked him off to bring in WWE, and just, oh my God, like, why? Okay, in the angles of angles, and not Kurt. And I would actually throw this out. I would love to get a response from Jim Cornette of his thoughts of the Katie Vick.
Oh God, what I just...
My God. And speaking of Cornette, I have to throw this out there because it's my favorite thing. Met Jim Cornette, Heroes and Legends, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Great guy, cool as hell, hates everybody. That's fine. I had a cool conversation with him because I was wearing a Black Panther t-shirt, which Black Panther is Marvel. And he's like, hey, awesome shirt. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. I was like, and it just like sparked something in my head real quick. I said, okay, I have to ask you a question. Let's say Marvel and DC are two territories back in the day. Who's booking what? And without missing a beat, he said Bill Watts is booking Marvel and Vince Russo is booking DC. And
for some reason, I figured Russo was going to be thrown in.
Of course, dude. I would have been so pissed if it wouldn't have happened. So, Jim, thank you very much for that. Thank you, fuck you, bye. But not you, but, you know, that's your deal. So, that happened. That's pretty much like my sponsor going into my top 5 worst, I guess.
I'm glad you got away from the Katie Vick thing, man.
I am too, because... Ugh, God, why? Why? Anyway.
Hit it.
You should be ashamed of yourself, huh? Anyway, my top 5 worst, my number 5, taking the crappy number 5 spot, is Oz. Back in WCW, Kevin Nash coming out as the great and powerful Oz. Holy shit, is all I can say. Because...
He was big. He wasn't sexy, though.
No, he was not back then. Perfectly healed quads, but, you know, it's all good. Anyway, number 4. I had seen this one just yesterday. It made me think, wow. And I thought Hornswoggle would go first, but no, definitely not. Braun the Leprechaun. That was a WCW thing. A lot of no, not anymore. But like WCW had some really bad gimmicks back in the day. And I'm not even touching like the Tag Team Ninja Turtle looking dudes. I don't remember if they were WCW or WWF. Or it might have been a Japan thing. I mean...
I don't recall.
I don't really remember. I remember somebody running out looking like a turtle. And I'm pretty sure it was WCW. Because they did a lot of messed up shit back in the day. So that was number 4, Braun the Leprechaun. I don't know who it was, but God bless him. My number 3 takes us back to a time where anything could happen, and did happen. And if Gene Okerlund was alive and well today, God rest him, he was probably wondering what in the ever-living hell was going on. But the gobbledygooker.
Gooker?
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 Gooker? Gooker?
It almost sounds racist.
You real? Wow, I just thought of that. Somebody's out there gonna sit there and realize that, like, oh my god, they like just roasted us all, and we didn't even realize it with the gobbledygooker.
You know he was in the WrestleMania 17 gimmick battle royal, right?
It was the gobbledygooker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He came back in it.
Along with the winner,
Sheiky.
Iron Sheik.
You know who else was in that? My number 5.
There was a lot
Duke
of
Drosy.
Yeah, oh man.
Drosy's in there.
Just bagging on Duke, man. There ain't nothing wrong with him.
I love Duke.
He's a good dude. So, okay, my number 2, and this, in all honesty, number 1 and number 2 are pretty damn close because they equally were just horrible. And I know you'll agree with this.
Zeus?
No,
Damn.
it wasn't Zeus. Number 2 from back in the WCW days, the worst rated Nitro I think they ever had. And this is even when Vince Russo was in there, so you're welcome, Jim. The Kiss Demon.
Tolberg.
Dale Torborg?
Yeah.
I think he ended up being like a strength coach for, the White Sox? I just remember that because TNA did a thing back in the day where it was like Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, I think, came out.
That sounds about right.
Something to that extent, but it was just so bad. And my number 1 takes 2 horns and just, I don't even know how he got in the ring. Is absolutely jacked up. And I don't think any kind of monster, anything like that, had this big of a neck. But with that being said, you have to realize and visualize already what I'm going with. Mantar is my number 1 worst gimmick of all the freaking times. Holy shit. Who, like...
How many times you've said holy shit during this whole thing already?
I don't know. Do we have a counter? Okay, we have a counter right there. That many times? Well, holy shit. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. But that's very surprising. So that is the top 5 best, worst, both of our opinions. If you have your top 5, your top 5 best, top 5 worst, feel free to put them in the comments.
Well, man, are you not going to go with your honorable mentions?
Oh, my bad.
I got plenty of them.
You got a lot of them.
I got a whole list.
I actually have 2. I have one that I didn't write down, but I have another that I'm going to add just because why the hell not? So, honorable mention, because I have to give a shout out to the mayor of Knox County, Max Moon. And the other honorable mention that I have is Battle Cat. So I have to ask, how many honorable mentions do you have?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Jesus.
6, 7, maybe like 10.
Goo.
Let's just go in succession.
Let's go with it.
Abe Knuckleball Schwartz. Number 1.
Nice.
Avatar. Beaver Cleavage. Giant Gonzalez.
Because of the suit, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Would you wear it?
How much am I getting paid?
$1 and some Taco Bell. Isaac Yankem.
Ah, damn, so he's in here twice.
Yep. Quang. Don't lose it over there. I'm not done. You mentioned Big Boss Man as one of your favorites.
I sure did.
He had a good feud with one of my worst.
Oh, no.
Nails.
There it is. That poor guy.
Skinner.
He was going to be in my top 5 worst, but I took him out.
Repo Man.
Aw.
Barry Darso.
That guy. Not that guy.
Paul Burchill.
The pirate gimmick. I was like, wait a minute. Burchill was a good worker. I was like, oh, no, he was a pirate.
If I wanted to watch a pirate, I'd watch Kari Singh.
Get screwed up into the bottom turnbuckle in a not-so-buckle bomb.
Are you saying you'd rather watch Burchill than Singh?
No, I'm cool with it.
Simon Dean. As much as I love Mike Bucci.
Oh, man.
Simon Dean's not cutting it. And my last one, the Stalker, Barry Windham.
Damn, I forgot that was the thing.
It was.
Like, I guess I put the Stalker and Skinner, like, in together.
He had one match in a Survivor Series team.
He really did, didn't he?
Yep.
So, I'm going to throw this out there in my I don't even want to mention because it's a real life thing and I don't think it's a gimmick. It's just who he is. Enzo Amore, you suck. You're horrible. You can talk, but you're a joke. I don't care what anybody says. Hate me, like me. Subscribe. Tell me what about it. Anyway, that's a little harsh on there, but I really don't give a damn. And you can't teach you that. But anyway, these have been the top 5, top worst, top 5? Best.
Well, I was
top
going to say
5 worst.
top 5 and bottom 5.
Next
but,
week,
you know.
speech therapy, right here live, 40 miles west of parts unknown. But anyway,
What are we going to do next episode?
I really don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, throw them in the comments. We want to hear from you. This was just a whim, just a why not, just a hey, let's do something. So if you got some suggestions you want us to talk about, you got some maybe angles that have happened in the years of wrestling. There's a lot of stuff going on the dark side of the ring. If you catch that series, a lot of it's good. A lot of it'll make you cry. I know we don't mention Chris Benoit, but damn, that got me. Maybe not the first episode of it, but episode number 2. That got me. But shout out to Chris Jericho, who was amazing for bringing people back together.
Still one of the biggest class act guys I've ever seen in my life.
Right. I mean, I've always been a fan of Chris, but until like listening and watching that episode and knowing what he actually did, attaboy, I'd take my hat off of my double mohawk show. It's all good. That's my shout out to Hawk right there. So it's getting a little long. I got to trim it up a little bit, but
even those bitches up, man.
I gotta try. I can't do it. Anyway, so
And it doesn't necessarily have to be wrestling in the wrestling related in these comments of what you want to see. You know, we got pop culture, movies, music, comic books.
Comic books, Marvel, DC. We got Venom 2. We got teasing. We have a name. There will be carnage.
There will be. He spells it wrong.
It's all good. You're just jealous. But because of Woody Harrelson's crazy hair in that movie. Oh my God. Let Woody be bald. It's all cool. But
we're going way off topic right now.
We really are.
Yeah.
But so I've been Bo Sawyer.
JC Carnage.
And until next time, we're going to talk about some stuff
And some things.
There it is.